Okay. So yes, so this is what we have built so far, right? We have student ID, roll number, name, etc. Now let's say we need to build airport code. Okay, this is where we stopped yesterday. We want to build the airport code, and airport code is also dependent on. So we are using different color for dependent columns, right? So airport code depends upon, let's say, city that you live in. Okay. Now, and you can have different rules for this. Okay. Um, I'm just thinking. Okay, or let's practice different types of string code. So let's say
Hi.
airport. Yeah. Sorry. Was there a question? Oops. You can you hear me? Think no. Hi, can you hear me now?
Okay, we can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm
Proceed.
sorry. There's some problem with the router that restarted. You just give me a
No problem. Yeah.
second. Yeah, just give me a. Yes, you should see my screen now, right? Okay. So airport code, right? Let's say we are doing this airport code. So generally, okay, we can have airport code like left off. So this is the text, okay, and I want 3 characters from here. So I'll say left. Left means take left of the string. Okay, which string and how many characters? So F2 and 3 characters, right? This is how you get. Okay. I'm just thinking. Okay. We will change this to some other cities, right? So that we get. Okay. And now let's repeat. Right. So now when I go and double click on it, okay, you get this, right? One more second. I'll just. Right. So we got first 3 characters from the city. Now let's say we need to convert into uppercase, right? Airport code has to be uppercase. So this entire thing is giving us the airport code, right? And I'm going to put this as upper here. Upper, and then this entire thing. So get whatever you want to get from string and then convert into uppercase, right? And now you get this upper code, right? So this is how you can convert into uppercase. You have lower 4, lowercase, etc. Okay. Of course, let's say, okay, now the VLOOKUP, this is what I wanted to do. Now, let's say we have name and nationality, another sheet. So this is students, okay? And here you have, say, nationality information, let's say. So I'll copy this name here. And let's say I have nationality, right? And I give here, let's say, India, Australia, USA, UK, and let's repeat it again. Okay, let's put two more names here. Okay, so let's say, this is your master list where you have all these names. Now, in student, okay, I'll create another column called country, let's say. Okay, and I want to fetch this country information from different file or different sheet. Okay, so one thing you have to remember is there has to be one column which has to be common between them, right? Something has to be common, right? Either city or name or anything has to be common. So in this case, you see, name is common, correct? So it's like checking the name here and going and reading each names here and matching. Okay, here's the match. So nationality should be the second column. Okay, so there has to be one column common. And second thing is the values that you want to pick has to be on the right side of it. Okay, let's say if somehow if you have nationality on the left and name on the right, okay, you'll have to create a temporary column on the left and add this, because it will always look towards right, okay, not towards left. Okay, from the reference column it will always look right. Okay, so if A is my reference column, it will look on B, C, D, so on. But if C is my reference column, it will look after C, not before C, right? So one thing is either you create an extra column. Let's say if let's say okay, let me delete this second. Let's say if data is like this, I have nationality first and name second, and name is your reference column. So okay, so either you move nationality to C, or you create a new column before A and move name to there, right? So I'm going to create insert. It'll ask me, yeah, column, because I had selected the column. So it inserted a column. And now I will move this name to the left. Okay. Now I come here and country, I'll say equal to VLOOKUP. Now, why VLOOKUP? Two things here. V means vertical lookup. H means horizontal lookup. So if the data were like this, okay, names and country, right? And you had name like A, B, C, D. This is for vertical lookup. Okay, this is how so here, if I have to search something, I have to use VLOOKUP. No, what am I saying? This is horizontal, isn't it? So I need to use HLOOKUP, not VLOOKUP. HLOOKUP. H stands for horizontal or V for vertical. Lookup is where you're looking up for a value in a given big list. Okay. So in our case, okay, we have to use VLOOKUP, not HLOOKUP. If the data were in like this, okay, then you would have used HLOOKUP. Okay. So I'm going to say VLOOKUP.
Like
Okay.
since names are vertical, we are saying VLOOKUP.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You have to go down, right? We have to copy the formula down. So we have to say
Okay.
VLOOKUP. If you have to copy formula to the right or left, we use
And also,
HLOOKUP.
Kapil, you said like that name column like should be same, right? Like in another sheet.
Correct. That's
But
how you will.
the names can be in any position, like first,
Position
second, and
doesn't matter. Position doesn't matter. That's
only
what's called.
column name.
Yes, the names
Okay.
has to match with spelling. Okay, you can't have space and a different spelling. Okay, because you're talking about text, right? So it will look for
Okay.
exact text match. So
Okay.
it has to have a same name, but it can be anywhere. Okay, that's why we are looking up. If we knew if it was exactly same, we could have directly gone and said equal to this.
Okay.
So what happens if you see here, it says equal to nationality. Nationality is the sheet name. Okay, exclamation mark B2, and I can say copy. So when I copy, it becomes nationality B3, nationality, you know, uh,
That
uh,
reference it is taking in B3, B4, B5, like whatever the data is.
exactly. So if the position was same, you could have done that, but position
Okay.
need not be same, right? So that's why we have to use lookup to look up in that whole master list. So I'm saying we look up. It has 4 values. Okay. First thing is look up what? What do you want to look up? So the lookup value is name, the common thing. Okay, whichever is common. So I'm going to look up Sachin Tendulkar in the master list. Okay. So its lookup value is what value you want to look up, comma. Then table array. What is the array? Which is the table where the information is? Okay, so table is here. So I'm going to select, okay, here. This is the table, the master list. You have to give the reference to the master list. So master list reference is A2 to B13. Correct? From A2 to B13 is the master list. Correct? So I'm looking up for C2 in the list A2 to B13. Then comma. Which column? So see, the first column, when I say A2 is default the column which will have the reference key. So if my name was at C, I would have used C and towards the right. That's why you cannot use to the left. Okay. So when you select the master list, the first column has to be the column in which you're searching for the value. The C2 has to be in A column. Understood? So that linkage is automatically done. See, I'm looking for the value C2. All
Okay.
right. The C2, the C2 has to be in column A of the nationality. C2 has to be in column A. It will automatically look for column A.
C2, I mean, like that name column should be in A
A.
only, you're saying.
A only, yes. If
Column,
it was
okay.
in, let's say if it was in C, right? Then you use C here. Did you get it? If this was in Z, you would use Z here. Okay.
Okay, wherever the name column is present, you are saying
That
Swapnil.
has to be the first column in your range. See, this is a range, right? We're starting from something to something, something, something,
Yes.
right? Left colon right. The left has to be the column which will have the lookup value.
Okay.
Lookup value has to be in first column here.
Okay. Like after that, right only it will check, you said, right? Like,
Correct. That's
will
why.
like, okay, if you mention Z means after Z onwards it will look. Before Z,
Exactly.
it won't.
It won't. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So it has to be the column in which you want to, the reference is, okay. And you can drag it to any position, doesn't matter. You can say B13 or, right side, you can go anywhere. So C2 nationality 82 to B13. Next comes the column index. Okay. Which column index output you want to produce? The column index reference happens from the range that you have selected, not on the Excel sheet. So see here I have selected A2. Okay, let me do this. Okay, let me put this one here. Okay, better. Then it will be more confusing, and more confusing means faster to understand. Okay, so now I go here and I say we look up what? Look up C2. Where? Okay, here, right? Because F has that C2 value, so I have to select from F only. Comma, okay. Now the column index is 2. Okay, within the selection, what is the index? Not the entire sheet. So when I selected F and G, okay, obviously the G number is 2, comma. Now true means approximate match and false means exact match. Okay, if you want exact Sachin Tendulkar, you have to use exact match. Approximate match, what it does, if there's a spelling mistake or things like that, okay, it will do. I'll show you that also, to demonstrate. But here we want exact Sachin Tendulkar to exact Sachin Tendulkar match, so I'll use false here. Okay, so see, it got country India. It picked the value in. So if you click here, the C2 it took, and in F1 or F column, it looked where in exact F column you have this value. Okay, so it was at some position, let's say F10, and then it picked the value from G. G10 value is printed here. Okay, what is approximate match? Okay, let me do the approximate match here. So let's say you have some value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay,
Here,
and
the post and the column you kept to right from G2 onwards will check.
wait, listen to me. First, I'm doing something else. Just hold on. Then I'll come back to it. And let's say the output. Okay. F, G, H. Okay, so let's say this is my list, num and output. Okay, so I have these values 1 to 8 and A to H. Now I'm looking, so I have another sheet. I have num. Num is like 1 to 2.5. 5, 5.5, and let's say 6.5. Okay, and I want to find what is the result. Result is from this one here. So what I'll say equal to Vlookup, right? Lookup value is 0. In which table? This lookup is in this table, isn't it? So I'll select this, correct? Which column you want? You want column 2, right? So column 2, and then true or false. I want exact match. So I'll say false here. Okay. Now, do you see 0 here? No, right? So 0, there is no match. So you got NA. Now, see, when I drag this, what happens? Because of the relative reference, okay, which actually was G18, became G19 because you are going down, isn't it? So the master list has to be
Fix. That means dollar should be
exactly. We need to fix the master list. Sorry, not G18. Sorry. B18 is the master list, isn't it?
Oh, C8, C 25. Yes.
Right. So it has to start from B and it has to go to C. Right. So okay, this is the list. So list has to be fixed. So we have to put $sign on the list. Right. So of course 0 is not there. So now when I run it, so 2, you have B, 5E, right? And 5.5, 6.5, 2.50 is not there. So we got NA. Yes, now tell me what question you have here.
Here it's okay to understood.
Okay, so we'll go there, okay? But it's the same thing, right? Same thing we are doing there as well. So now let's say instead of false, I make it true. True is what? I'm okay with approximate match. I don't want exact match. Okay, so okay, true. And now you see what happened. So 2 is B, correct? But for 2.5 also it has taken B. Okay.
Okay, that means not exact match, right?
So it is checking the
Before it was
above
exact.
one. It's taking the above one. See,
Okay.
after 2, 2.5, 2.5 is between 2 and 3. So it will take this one. Because of same reason, for 0, it is looking for something before 1. Before 1 is, we don't have anything. That's why we got 0, NA here. Even in approximate match. The same thing, if I do 0.5, you will get A.
Maybe 1.5 will get A.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. 1.5. Yes, correct. 1.5 after 1, not 0.5.
I mean,
Yes.
for one, what value is having? For 1.5 also same value.
Yes. So it is
0.5.
like this, okay?
So for
Between this,
two,
now let's say I put it 8 here, 6 here, okay, and let's say 10 here, and 15 here, and let's say 9 here. Okay, it need not be in order. Okay, 7 here. So 1.5 comes after 1, isn't it? So you get A. 2 is where? Between 1 and 8, isn't it? It's not even going to, okay, let's say we put 5 here. Okay, 5 is here. See, it is, even though for 2 we have C, exact match is C, but still it is taking A. Why? Because we have 1 and then 8, correct? So everything above 8 is taken as A only. Did you get it? It can be confusing, but see here, result 2. Now, if I do exact match, look up value this in this, okay, position 2 and false.
their position 2 stands for what, Swapnil? Like
Wait.
from
The selection, within the selection, that's what I told you, right? Within the
okay.
selection. So what have you selected here? You have selected B and C, correct?
Yes.
In B and
Yes.
C, which is column 2, we have 2 columns, B and C, which is column 2.
Output column, like
B and C, which is column 2. I've given you 2 columns, B and C, which is second column.
Output HC.
Array. See, what did I select here? I've selected B and C, isn't it? So what is the range? B and C is the range. Which is
yes.
the second
Some
column?
second column.
Is C.
C is the second column.
Yeah.
We are saying the output name. Like we instead of C, we are saying output. Like
No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter to the name, okay? It does not. In
okay.
data analysis,
Okay, got it.
header name has no role to play. Okay. Okay. Well, because
A position like number 2, like
position,
num 1
exactly.
and output is 2. From output second onwards, 2, 3, 4, like with whatever. Like I mean,
Exactly.
the right ones it will check like from second
Exactly.
onwards. Another column
Exactly.
is the 2, 3, 4, like that.
Exactly. Okay, that's what,
Okay.
that's why, I did not put purposely same name output here. I gave different name because name doesn't matter. Okay. Now, in this one, if this is my range of values, then which is my fourth column?
Like L.
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 Exactly. So
Yeah.
if I want output from column L, if I want output from column L, I will put 4. If I want output from column 5, or sorry, column M, then I'll put 5. Okay. By default, the first column, which is I column, should have the matching value. By default, I should have the matching value. So there is no way to indicate the matching column. So it is given that the first column that you give will have the matching value. Okay, there's no way you can change. You cannot say, I will select all A to Z and I will say fifth column is the matching column. No, matching column has to be the first column. Okay, so value will be matched in the first column, but output that you want to print could be anything. Then I want output from L, I want output from M. Let's say here itself, if I give let's say capital, for example, right? So capital, let's say Delhi, Canberra, Washington, and then we'll copy paste, right? Okay. So let's say you have this. Now I want capital here. I want capital here. So here, this is H, right? So I can go and put H here also. Correct? Doesn't matter. So I'm saying F2H doesn't matter because F is the column in which value will be checked, and output is from second column, which is FGG, right? Same thing I'll copy, exact same thing I'll copy, and I'll paste it here. Okay. So it is giving me India because I have selected second column to be printed. Now here I will go and I'll just change this to 3. That's all. Everything else will be same to get third column.
I mean, like the capital is in third column. That's why we need to
Yes,
get.
exactly. Third
Okay.
column of the selected range, not in the Excel sheet. Right? Understood,
Okay.
right?
Yes, yes. From F to H, you selected, right? Like the range.
Yes, correct. So from
Third
F to
column.
H, it is third column. Yes.
Okay.
And now this
Okay.
is your approximate and exact match. Exact
Okay.
match will check for the value anywhere in the column or the row, right? We are using Vlookup, so it will check in the column. If you use HLookup, it will check in the row. So, okay, so 1.5 is not there. Okay, that's why you got NA. Okay, 2 is here, so you got C. But when you do approximate match works only on numbers. And since, first number is 1, anything above 1, it will not find. Anything less than 1, it will be able to find. Now, even though I have 5 here, it doesn't go here in approximate match because 8 is here. So what it thinks, between 1 and 8, you don't have anything else. That's what Excel thinks. Between 1 and 8, you don't have anything here. So anything between 1 and 8, you will get A value only. If I make it 9, or let's say we have 10, right? If I make it 10, okay. So now it's going here, okay,
F.
to the F. But from here, it is all selecting A value only.
This is like exact match.
No, this is approximate.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, approximate. And exact will look, exact is easy, okay, and it is not confusing. Approximate can be confusing. So it very rarely you will use in some. Sorry, I missed your.
Yeah, approximate is a little bit confusing.
Approximate is a little bit confusing. It is used in very special mathematics case, okay, not regularly.
Okay.
Sometimes you want to count how many values are between zeros and 1. So such like that, it is very useful. Or you want to say between anything between 1 and 2, I want 1 only, right? Now let's say this one, right? So what I'll do, I will say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
The
right?
numbers are
And
right, then
output,
better, right?
yeah. And here I'll say again 1 to 8, right? Now what I want anything between 1 and 2 to 1 only, right? So I'm rewriting the original. So this is original value, right? So I'm rewriting the original value to this value. So in a way, you're converting decimal value to a number, right? So there's some special cases where you use approximate match, mostly in mathematical operations. Okay, but most of the work, it will be approximate match. So the last column will be false, right? This is one important concept. So now I go here and I fix this F1 to H1, F4. You can do by pressing F4. Okay. Instead of giving manual dollar, you can select F4. It will add the dollar automatically. Okay. So you go here and again, I put my cursor between F and 1 and I say F4. Between H and 13 and say F4. So the dollar sign will be added automatically. Now you double click on the country, double click on capital. Okay, you get these values. Very important concept. Okay, very useful. Make sense?
Okay. As of now, okay.
Great. Practice. Okay, when you do on your own, okay, you will understand and you'll better understand, right? So that's what I'm saying. First you watch, ask your questions, get it clarified, and then you do and you practice. 2 times at least you have to do minimum. Okay. One by watching, one without watching. Okay. Yeah. Next thing is called pivot. Okay. So pivot, okay, you have to select the data that for which you want to create pivot. And I'll tell you why pivot are important. I've selected all these columns. Now I go to data. Where is it? Yes. So you see here, in insert, okay, you have pivot chart here and you have pivot table here, right? So first we'll talk about table. So you select the column and the rows for which you want to create pivot table. See, I have this extra text here, right, which I don't want to include. That's why I clicked. I have to manually select. Otherwise, I could have just selected here like this. Okay, I'm not doing it here because I have this information which is not part of the table. This is separate. Okay, so I'll just go and select rows and columns here. Then I go to pivot table. Okay, now again you have chance to change it says that this is what I have selected. Is it correct? Okay, I say I'm happy with it. Now you want to put it in a new sheet or existing sheet? I want to put it in a new sheet. So it will create new sheet and add the pivot data. Okay, I say okay. So you get an empty sheet with some linkage here and you got a pivot field. So all the data that we have selected, it has taken the column headers. And here you have filter, rows, columns, values. Filter. On what basis do you want to filter? Okay. All the values on the column side and the row side. Okay. This will be created on the rows. This will be created on the columns. And what do you want to do? You want to do sum, average. Okay. So let's say I select roll number. Okay. Since roll number is number, by default, it actually added in the values. Okay. Let me not add in the values. Let me add into the name here. Okay. So it shows name and by default name has become in the row. I don't want name in the row. I want in the column. So I can select and drag it to the column. Now you see name has gone into column. Okay. It creates beautiful table automatically. Okay. And it fetches the data also automatically. It's very useful. So I wanted names to be along the column. So I have put column here. Now in the row, I want, let's say, total. So I'll click total here. So it is giving me the total values here. Okay. Now I want marks 1 and 2. So I'll remove total. I will say marks 1, 2, 3, and total. Okay. So since all of these are here, it actually performed sum of all these. Okay. So see, sum of marks, sum of marks. So what I'll do, I'll move it to the rows here. Okay. So marks 1 has come on the rows. Okay. Which is not the right way to do it. Okay. This is good when you have a year and quarterly and monthly, right? So this could be your yearly data. This could be your quarterly data. And under that, you can have a monthly data. Okay. So probably this is not the right. I'm going to just put it back on the top. Okay. Total is enough. So you get total here. What else can we put here? Let's say we put city. Yes, city is also important. Okay. I select city. So see, It says, if you look at Chicago, Chicago has Ashish. Okay, let me make it as okay. So Chicago has Ashish and Rahul Dravid. Okay, Hyderabad has this, right? Now you can filter. I want only Hyderabad, so I'll just select Hyderabad. Okay, I want Hyderabad and Kolkata. Okay, I want Mumbai and New Delhi, right? So you can filter that way. Okay, column labels, I don't want all. I want only Lakshman and Dravid. Okay, so Lakshman, Dravid, and the row and column doesn't match. That's why you got nothing, right? We want these two names from these two cities. Though those two cities does not have those two names. So blank, right? So this is how you can do filter. Okay, you can select. You can do sum, average, etc. Grand total, you can see here is row and column, it has done the grand total, and total of all the marks is 2050, 2055. Okay, so you want to filter on pass and fail, so you put it in the filter. Okay, so here, so this is a master filter here. Pass all. I want to see the marks of only failed. So pass no. Okay. So these are the people who have failed. So Lakshman from Hyderabad has failed. Okay. I want all yes. You can have multiple select also. I want to select both, let's say. You can select both. Right? I want to only select yes. So I'll say yes. Right? So whatever put in the filter, that will be your master filter. Yes. So these are your important formulas. These are good. If you know this, these are good enough to work with Excel. Okay. We will do a few more stuff on Monday. We will do some like sensitivity analysis and things like, which is like advanced function. We'll do that. Before we go, okay, let's do this chart. Insert pivot chart. Okay, so you want only chart or you want chart and table both, right? So let's do only chart and same data, new worksheet, yes. Okay, so now you have table here and chart here. Okay, so same thing if you do select, you got all the cities here. Okay, and I want average. So okay, so see this is average of all the cities. Doesn't look like average. So this is sum of average, right? So we don't want sum of average. You want average of average, isn't it? You can go and you can edit it, or you want maximum of average, right? So you can select whatever you want to do. Count. You can say count. So count will tell you how many values are there. In Chicago had only 2 values here, right? Kolkata has only 1 value. New Delhi has only 1 value. So you can select this here. So you can see the value here and chart here. Yes. Name, I put it in the main filter here. So all names, but if you want only one name, let's say, you see. So Bumrah, Hyderabad. Okay, so this is how you can link your pivot chart to your pivot table. Yes. So today when I upload, right, I'll upload one assignment Excel. Okay, and give it a try. Give it a try. The assignment Excel is very self-explanatory. Okay, So I'll have a document also, Word document also attached to it. So you can read the document about the questions and then try to answer in the Excel. Okay. Try. And of course, we will try to solve, we'll solve it on Sunday when we meet. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is how you can do formatting. We have done most of the things, and there are few things which I'm not doing, like wrap text, merge center. These things, right? Shouldn't be a problem. I'm more focused on the analysis part. How do you do? How to create formula? Okay. And
Okay.
yeah, and we will do sensitivity analysis and things like that on next class. So when we meet on Sunday, we will be able to wrap up the Excel, hopefully.
Okay. So after the Excel, we'll start the Python, right?
Tuesday. Oh, I mean, your Monday.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
And so you um after Python, you will tell like Power BI and Tableau or only Tableau?
Uh, what is this? Syllabus has both, right? Or only one?
Yeah, I think multiple, like not only Power BI and Tableau, there's something else. I
No.
don't remember.
Whatever, right? Whatever the
So,
syllabus will follow will follow the syllabus. Okay.
oh, okay.
And
Okay.
if
Yeah.
you want to know something else, we'll do that as well. Okay. See, SQL is what
Okay.
will take a lot of time. So uh,
Okay.
we could do SQL later, Python first. Okay, SQL later,
Mhm.
and then SQL will
Okay.
we have to spend a lot of time because we have to learn to write queries. We even have performance tuning also part of it, right?
Okay.
So, so yes, SQL, and then
Yeah.
towards the
Yeah.
end we will cover uh, those things, visualization part. We have
Okay.
visualization
So
using
in that,
Python also.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So in Tableau, and do we use all these kind of uh, codes or formulas, whatever you're telling now in Excel?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Right. See, Tableau,
Mm.
when you talk about presentation, now this data is done, right? Now presentation is
Yeah.
different part. But how do you make your data ready,
Yeah.
right?
That's
So
true.
whatever we've done so
Yeah.
far is making your data ready, correct?
Yes.
And you have to
Yes.
do these things to make your data in a usual format.
Yeah. In a pattern. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm. Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. So yes, I'll give me 10 minutes or so. I'll update this code as well as video and also your assignment. Okay. So try to do the
Okay.
assignment and we'll solve the assignment in the next class. Okay. I have two
Okay.
assignment. Okay.
Yeah.
One to discuss in the class, one which is totally you have to solve it. So Monday we'll solve one, Sunday we'll solve one, and then I'll give you one more to solve by yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Sure. Then
Yeah.
we'll end it here for the day. And today we did two important concepts: VLOOKUP and pivot
Airport
table.
codes.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that is okay. That is not difficult, but difficult will be your VLOOKUP and the pivot table and chart. Okay, so
Oh
do
yeah. Yeah.
practice those two things. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Then take care. Have a great evening ahead.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.